the last wild places on this earth, far beyond the last roads or villages, beyond the last light of electricity, where the reaches of civilization give way to the wilderness, the places that hold a special magic. February 2019. I took a last-minute flight to Borneo. Borneo is the third largest island in the world, and also home to some of the most truly wild destinations on this planet. That's what I came to see. As excited as I was, I had no idea just how incredible this trip would end up being, one of the best of my life. Coming along with me was Livio. This would be the last trip that we took together, before parting ways shortly afterward. The day after landing, we headed out on a long drive further and further into the jungle. Hi guys, we have just driven a long way. We are in the jungles of Borneo right now, and we've driven from 8 o'clock in the morning and now it's like 2 or 3. We are about to get on a boat to even further away into the jungle, and I didn't really vlog getting here because I'm only gonna have 3 hours of electricity in 4 days. This village is only reachable by boat, 1 hour boat ride now, and the boat looks so tiny, so this is gonna be really
I really hope we don't fall in.
Wait, is that our boat or is this?
That's our boat.
This?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so tiny. Try to keep the cameras dry. This little canoe was about to be our only mode of transportation for 5 people. Because although we had reached the end of the last jungle road, we still had a long way to go. Coming along on the adventure were 2 boatmen who also turned out to be world-class chefs, and Lemon, our local guide. I have to take a moment to give the biggest thanks to the company Borneo Adventure. They're who we use to do everything you're about to see, and I cannot recommend them highly enough. If I had to tell you guys just one adventure tour in the whole world to do, it would be this one, with Borneo Adventure. I really cannot say enough amazing things about this tour. Links in the description with some more information for you guys as well.
You ready?
Got the fashionable attire.
Yeah, looks like it.
Let the air fill your lungs and take a step forward to the rising sun.
Like another world.
Lose yourself to the night.
Where are we?
How was it?
Oh my gosh. That was one of the
ride?
most beautiful things I have ever seen. It was like a mirror and everything is bright green, and we were just going into another world, and now we've arrived here.
Yeah.
This is so incredible.
Somewhere in your heart, you know that you will be just fine.
Now we've gotten to the longhouse in the jungle, and this is so amazing. I'll explain in a second what longhouses are because they're fascinating traditional jungle house in this area, and
But in the meantime, look how clear the water is here. Like, it's
it
just
doesn't even look like
amazing.
water. So guys, about Borneo. Borneo is not a country. It is taken up by 3 different countries. So Malaysia, Indonesia, and Brunei all have land here. We are right now in Sarawak, which is one of the Malaysian areas. The village that we had reached belongs to the Iban tribe, who have lived in these jungles for centuries, with a heritage of being fierce warriors, former headhunters, and living in longhouses. Longhouses are the traditional form of jungle housing here in Borneo. A long house, as the name suggests, built so that hundreds of people, maybe 100 families, can all live in the same house. Here, where we are now, because it's so remote, because it's only reachable by boat, and just from the people's own choice, I guess, it is one of the last places where they actually still live here. There are other longhouses that are close to Kuching that people go to more, but those now are more based on tourism. The people would be there to greet you and put on a cultural show for you, like maybe a dance, which is great, like that's all awesome. This place is that the people actually live here, so this is really their home in the jungle, and they're not putting on a show for you. One of the only places that you can see this authentic longhouse style living, so I am really excited and I feel really lucky to be able to see this. Walking inside the longhouse right now. It goes back so far and then so far that way, and actually on camera it can't even capture how big this place is. This big area is communal and everyone comes and hangs out here together. Right now everyone is out working, maybe in the fields or cooking, which is all the way in the back. And then these walls here are all the doors of people's individual apartments. They've run out of space in this longhouse. Other people do have other houses here in the village. Now that we've come into the longhouse, we can't just go out. So that would apparently be very taboo. We have to sit in the communal area for at least a little while and just talk and have a good time, and then we can go. Walking now in the back of the longhouse, and this is kind of the back street, and on this side is where they do all the cooking. Hi, I'm Jordan. We're at the top of a tree. He's collecting palm wine, and I tried it, and it's very sweet. It's hot. It's coming right out of the tree. Alright, time to climb back down. Wow, looks good. Wow, you drink so much. This humidity and heat combined is insane right now. It's so hot and humid. I mean, it is the jungle, so. In this whole place, this whole village, they only have electricity for 3 hours a day. If you think that this village is far out of the way and remote, which it is, we are going even more remote starting tomorrow, and we're gonna have no electricity at all. Now maybe 6 o'clock, it gets pretty dark out here in the jungle pretty early. The 3-hour electricity will turn on at 6:30, so we're waiting for that now, but right now it's too dark to read. There's you know, no phone, obviously no Wi-Fi, so just kind of hanging out and gonna have dinner later and then go back to the longhouse and meet with the chief. Livio, how hot are you? On a scale of 1 to laying on the floor beneath the fan.
As you can see.
Okay, so I didn't want to be like filming and talking too much to the camera during this meeting, but we just met with the chief of this whole village. We asked him some questions, and Livio, actually one of Livio's questions to him was about the meaning of life. What did he say?
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
He said nobody knows, man.
He gave us rice wine that he himself had made.
I don't know how many percent alcohol, so you have to judge it by yourself.
Okay.
But I know one bottle, after one bottle you speak Iran.
He kept pouring us more and more glasses. And yeah, we just had a really good talk with the chief of the village. Now we are gonna go to sleep. Probably gonna be a hot, humid, loud night because the jungle is so loud, like right outside our walls. It's pretty cool. And then we have a lot more adventures coming up tomorrow.
So close, but so far. I need light to guide my heart. When you're down, you need love. Waiting on new sights, hoping I'll be alright. When you're
What's that?
I got this morning. Lemon was telling me that it's a bean, but it's not edible. So we've been walking in the jungle for all of 5 minutes, and already Lemon was showing us so many things that can be used, like this can be made into rubber, this can be eaten, this can be woven, this can be made into thread, this can be made into darts. And it's just so rich in life everywhere around you. It's kind of hard to put into words, I think, unless you're actually in it, because you're just surrounded by green and birds singing and insects and butterflies and bees. Apparently the bees are attracted to the insect repellent. So we just got attacked by ants. Oh, they still hurt so much. They were swarming onto our shoes and we were running away, and they were still on us, and I think they were burrowing down beneath our socks. Livio is still trying to get them off.
Ow, they're biting me. Jordan, you know I have ants too.
Really? I thought you could... How are they all the way up on my arm? We're trying to be quiet in hopes of seeing wildlife. You can hear the birds all around. Just the sound alone is incredible out here. Traditionally, the Iban people from the village where we were back there, they would have used this trail for hunting and to walk on, and they still do. We are in search of orangutans. They are very difficult to spot because we've seen signs of them. We've seen their nests and their food and broken stalks where they've just eaten right here, like right around us, but they're so good at hiding and going through the trees away from people really fast, so it would be very lucky to spot one. After trekking for a few more hours, we reached another village longhouse and were invited inside. A separate longhouse that is more made of concrete this time, so it's a little different from the one we stayed in last night. But here, this is what's so unique about this longhouse, is that this enormous termite mound was here before the people, so they decided that they should not remove it, and actually they have offerings hanging above it to appease the spirits that live inside. There's money that they have stuck in the little termite holes.
It's very sad in this month.
Do termites still live in here?
Yes.
Having rice wine again, noticing a trend here.
I don't know.
The village that we'd just left was the last one along the river. Continuing on, further into the wild, there would be no more people to meet, no more villages on the riverbanks. There is the boat that we took along the jungle river, and we can go up those stairs to the jungle lodge where we're going to be staying for the next 2 days. No electricity, no anything, just pure nature all around us, and I am so excited. Our jungle lodge here, and our room is over here. Let me show you. It's just a room, it's a bed, but it's really nice. And we have a window.
Jordan, where are you?
I've been shrunk to a miniature person. Look at this blade of grass.
Oh my god. This is crazy how big it is.
I love it. So, we have just trekked to where we're going to be staying tonight. The lodge is right behind Bolivia right now. And yeah, this is where there's no electricity, so I'm really curious to stay somewhere with zero electricity whatsoever. I don't think I've done that before.
Give me an ocean of time in a bottle, forcing a handhold. I don't wanna let it go. You said that you loved me one last time, while I was counting all the colors in your eyes. This is how the world ends, staring to the hollow sky. This is how the world ends. I'll sing you a lullaby. This is how the world ends, staring to the hollow sky. This is how the world ends. I'll sing you a lullaby. This is how the world ends.
Good morning, guys. It is day 3 in the jungle. Lemon is just clearing the way for us with the machete.
I let you know I break down slow. I decompose styrofoam. Ooh, want some trouble? Ooh, come get some.
Okay, back in the boat, and Lemon tells us now that we are going to no man's land of waterfall, so let's go.
No man's land doesn't belong to anyone.
Small house in my mind. I can't get out when you're down. You need love when you're down.
Crossing the river broke my flip-flop, but thankfully I hike barefoot all the time, so that's what I'm gonna do. It is so beautiful. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go swim in there. It gets super deep right over there.
When I see you, I see blood in the water. Ooh, run deep, it runs deep. Blood in the water.
What are you doing?
Big fish biting my feet. They're
Big fish?
They're like that big and they bite my feet so hard. You know, like the fish spa, but normally those are like that. These are biting. I had such a refreshing swim in the waterfall. Well, besides the fish biting me so hard. The waterfall's back over there right now, and now we're gonna have some lunch. I'm standing in the river, and over there is our beach where we've landed the boat, and they've already started cooking some good food, I guess, so let's go. This here is a traditional form of cooking in the forest. So they're cooking the food inside hollow bamboo, and then once the bamboo is burned and black, it's the sign that the food is fully cooked, right? Yeah. This is so cool. And we're about to have lunch. Doesn't this just look like a beach where it'd be hidden treasure or something?
Picture in your mind a place that makes you feel at home. Let it be your guide when facing fear in the unknown. Just take a breath, let the air fill your lungs, and take a step forward to the rising sun.
We just had the best meal. I don't know how it's possible that everything tastes so good, but it was absolutely amazing, like better than food I've had in 5-star restaurants. So Livia and I are so happy right now with everything. It is a few hours later. It has been raining pretty hard, so we didn't have the cameras out in search of the wild orangutans. After so long, our efforts paid off, and on the last day here we see an orangutan. We were actually resting from a very difficult trek that we'd done upward and in the rain, so it was all slippery. And then we heard something in the trees, and a big male orangutan swooped down out of the trees, went over our heads, and then kind of paused really close by to us. I could see his face, I could see his eyes, and Livio and Lemon were coming to see because I was right in this spot to see him right through a clearing in the trees. He stopped from swinging through the trees and stared straight at me. We were just staring at each other for a few seconds before he swung away through the trees again, and he was looking straight at me. Like, I could see his face, and it was so incredible. It felt like such a moment. And I don't know, I like to think that, you know, he knew that I was just curious and didn't mean him any harm. And I just can't believe that that happened, and that they're wild, so it's very difficult to spot the orangutans. I mean, we've been in the jungle for 4 days, and this is the only one sighting. Oh my gosh, such an amazing experience. I can't believe that I've actually seen an orangutan in the wild. It's a very rare experience to have, and I just feel so lucky to have seen that. Just, wow, it's something out of the adventure books that I've read when I was a kid. Now we are having our last evening in the jungle. I am on our beach that we have by the lodge, and it is so beautiful. The water is so clear. It makes me think of a beach in, I don't know, like Treasure Island or something. Okay, we are leaving the jungle behind. This place has been awesome, like even way better than I expected. And now we're gonna go back downriver on the boat, which I'm really looking forward to, because the boat rides have been one of my favorite parts of this trip, and maybe we'll even spot some more animals. But bye, Jungle House.